Hello, everybody all over the world. Welcome to Me Paintings. I'm Veronica Me, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you today. Before I started to do this piece, I was so frustrated because I had only 2 hours of free time for myself, and I wanted to paint, and I end up with completely horrible, disgusting painting, which I really hate, and I just destroyed it. And I was so frustrated, so I just sat down and I started to watch the colors which were around me. I was on Granny's garden and I started to have this idea in my head to paint some beautiful moving picture. And I saw this beautiful blue sky and green trees and green view, and I just sat there and saw these beautiful white clouds which inspired me so much. So I decided to paint just a quick painting. I had 15 minutes left, and I said to myself, I'll give it a try, and I had this idea of Vincent van Gogh painting in my head because I just love Vincent. I love the movement which he adds to his painting, which he added to his painting. So I started to paint a very easy sketch, and I used my leftover colors which I had, and I gave it a go. As you can see, I painted just a little sketch what was inside of my head, and then I started to work out on little details. As you can see, I'm using some leftover colors which I had, and when I started to paint, I always saw some colors in the shop, and I said to myself, oh, I have to buy these because I will use them. I've got loads of ideas in my head, but the truth is I actually never use them. I spent so much money on new art supplies, and they are still lying in my cupboard. I'm using just my favorites. So I recommend when you start painting, don't buy too many new art supplies. Use what's around you, use some leftovers, and then when you find out what you like, then you can buy some more art supplies. But buying new art supplies doesn't really force you to create more art. It just, you end up with loads of art supplies and then you will never use them. So use what's around you. I wanted to tell you a little bit about Vincent van Gogh, or Vincent van Gogh. He was a unique artist who still inspires people around the world. And I think the reason why people like his painting is that his art is very easy to read. It's very easy to understand. And people feel like they can see each brushstroke so clearly. As you can see, you can already see my brush strokes there, and I'm using some heavy body acrylics. That's why you can see these brush strokes. If you use some soft body acrylics, it wouldn't work like that. So I recommend using some heavy body acrylics or some heavy body gels, which you add to your acrylics. And it's just pleasure to watch his paintings. It feels so close to everybody. He used dramatic brushstrokes which expressed emotions and added a feeling of movement to his works. That's what I'm trying to do. Vincent was hugely influenced by Japanese prints, and he painted dark outlines around objects, filling these in with areas of thick color. And I'm not doing these dark outlines, but you can do that if you wish. I just felt like it wouldn't work in my painting, but doing dark outlines can help you with the look of Vincent van Gogh paintings. And he also used a technique which is called impasto. It's a technique where paint is laid on an area of the surface in very thick layers, so the brush or painting knife strokes are visible. Paint can also be mixed right on the canvas, and then when it's dry, impasto provides beautiful texture which adds another dimension to the painting. I think Vincent mainly used oil paints, and today I'm using acrylic paints. As you can see, it's because I just love acrylic paints, but you can use oil paints if you wish. I love his painting so much because I feel like he captured the movement of nature so well. I was lucky to see his painting in National Gallery, and it was like real story was happening in front of me. The movement of grass and beautiful flying clouds. I don't know, somehow he was able to capture the full movement in one painting. And that's what I'm also trying to capture in my painting. You can already see that the water is coming to life. You can see like it's coming towards you. So now I'm adding some white little waves to add the feeling of movement to my painting. He just inspired so many people around the world. I think he was amazing artist, and I'm lucky to be inspired by him. Now I'm working on the sky, adding more and more layers. And then I didn't felt like the clouds were working this way, but in a minute you'll see that my clouds will be different. That's because my camera just switched off. I ran out of batteries, so I had to charge it. But if you're doing this, you need to work quite quickly, because when your paint is dry, you won't be able to do anything with them. So it's good if you work quickly, and then you can mix the colors on your canvas together. I'm still working on the grass and the bushes and flowers. Now you can see that I added some circles to my clouds, and that's way better than it was. Adding few details and brush strokes to them to add the feeling of movement, of circle movement, like in Starry Night from Vincent. Some more colors for my grass, and as you can see, the grass is coming towards the middle center of my painting. That's because I want to show the wind is blowing towards the center of my painting. Now mixing a little bit more green. Can you feel like it's coming towards you? And the clouds are moving nicely on a gray sky. Few finishing touches to my grass and flowers. And this all took me like 15 minutes, and at the end I end up being really happy with this one. Although it didn't take too much time, I really enjoyed the whole process. And the favorite part is tearing these, and that means my painting is finished. So sometimes I think when you try too hard, you end up with something not that nice. But when you clear your head and you don't have any negative thoughts in your head, then you can create a beautiful piece of art. Well, I hope this video was inspirational, maybe a little bit educational for you. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, please give a thumbs up. Or you can also join my Facebook group, Create With Me, and show us all your beautiful art. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.